Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. The Premier League is back. The games are kicking off tomorrow. We've got Man City versus Arsenal. We got Villa versus Sheffield United. I don't think there's ever been a time in my life where I've been so excited to sit down, whether it's going to be in bed somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to go. I might even go to a sports bar and have a beer. Not one of these little warm boys on my desk. I don't really drink alcohol these days. I'm kind of like weaning myself off of it a little bit. Not that I ever really had a problem with it, but just thought I'd update you on that at the beginning of this video today. We just went on a flipping tangent. Today, we're going to be taking a look at my Premier League predictions from the beginning of the season, how wrong I was, which, by the way, it was pretty bad so far. We're also going to take a look at what I think is going to happen upon the Premier League's restart. Obviously, there's a lot of different variables now that will need to be measured or that we don't quite understand yet, such as home advantage. Does it matter anymore? It seems from the Bundesliga as if it doesn't. The home wins have gone down by half since the Bundesliga has returned with no fans in the stadium. So, bearing all that in mind, we're going to predict how the Premier League table is going to finish come the end of the season. Will Chelsea make top four? Who's going to get relegated? Will Liverpool somehow surrender the Premier League title because they want to win it for the first time properly? You know what I mean? But without any further ado, I want to remind you guys about the time where I sat down with David Luiz. And obviously, we're finishing below Spurs, which, as a Chelsea fan myself, that's not allowed, right?
Not allowed.
Losing to Manchester United, both home and away, in the league. Frank's first match in charge is a loss, according to Opta and Squawka.
No.
I think Liverpool are going to win the Premier League this season. So I think that's the way it's going to go. I can see City potentially winning the Champions League, Liverpool winning the Premier League. So as you saw there, we predicted the top four for Chelsea at the beginning of the season. And as you can see from the top four that I selected, we've got 3 out of the 4 positions correct so far. Chelsea in 4th at the moment. That was a pretty spot on prediction. Liverpool, they've as good as won the league. I said it last season, thought they were going to win it then. They're pretty much destined to win it this year as well. City in 2nd, and then I put Spurs in 3rd place. And at the moment, that's 5 places better off than they are right now. So I was being quite kind to Chelsea's biggest rivals. I was bloody wrong. Spurs are in 8th place in the table. Then I put Arsenal in 5th. They're actually 4 places below, which again, this is just comedy gold. Manchester United in 6th. They're currently in 5th. We've got Everton, who are actually in 12th place right now. I put them in 7th this season. There's also Leicester, who are doing far better than I predicted. They're 5 places above where I had them in 8th place at the beginning of the season, or well, before the season started. You then go down, there's West Ham. They're 7 places away from where I predicted. It's just been an awful year for predictions for me. I'll leave up on the screen right now what I said at the beginning of the season. Looking down that list, the worst one of them all is Sheffield United, who are 13 places better off than bottom of the flipping league, which is what I said. I said that Norwich would get relegated. It's looking like they might do. And there's a load in the bottom half as well that I've just got drastically wrong. However, there is still time for me to get some of these right. I don't quite think we're going to make up for Sheffield United being bottom of the table in my pre-season predictions, but there is still time. There are still 9 matches to go where these predictions could get closer to the reality at come the end of the season. So then, I decided to go on a website that I saw Spencer FC use. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I saw that Spencer found a website where you can calculate all of the results between now, the Premier League restart, and the end of the season, and it automatically updates it for you so that when you put in a result, it tells you what it does to the league table. So I went through, and obviously I will be doing Premier League predictions week on week, so expect that video very, very soon, tomorrow morning, so subscribe so you don't miss out. I've been through absolutely every single fixture. I've put a result in based on what I think was going to happen, and this is what it came out with. Of course, Liverpool to win the league, 34 wins from 38 games. There is 1 more loss that I've put in there and also another draw. Manchester City, not really a bad season at all. I've got them at scoring 100 goals with a positive 62 goal difference with 85 points. This is where it gets very interesting, and this is the bit that I know all of you guys are wanting to know. Who does George put in the top 4? So we're going to skip, and we're going to do the relegation zone first, just to keep you guys here for a little bit longer. Norwich bottom of the table. It's quite sad, really. I really enjoyed Norwich away at the beginning of the season. It was a beautiful, sunny August day. They've played some nice football at times this season, Norwich, but sadly, upon the restart, I don't think it's going to get much better for them. They're going to stay bottom of the table. I've then got Brighton, and you can see that the issue with Brighton is not being able to score enough goals. I've got them in 19th place with 30 points, relegated alongside Watford, who miss out on staying in the Premier League by 4 points with a goal difference of minus 23 and 33 points, meaning that Bournemouth, Aston Villa climbed right out of the drop zone. Bournemouth managed to survive as well. And the mid-table is made up by West Ham United, Newcastle United, Southampton, Palace, and then we move towards the top half of the table where I've predicted a big downfall for Sheffield United. I think a lot of the reason why they've been so good this season is due to the home advantage and what Bramall Lane actually brings to them. It's an intimidating atmosphere for away sides to come to, and without any fans in the stadium, I think that Sheffield United will become exposed for not having necessarily enough quality in their team. I said at the beginning of the season that they'd finish bottom, so I've already eaten a slice of humble pie by getting that one wrong, and I've said countless times this season that I think the job that Wilder has done at Sheffield United is arguably, if it wasn't for Jurgen Klopp, breaking records with Liverpool, which is probably going to happen, I would say that Chris Wilder is just like easily manager of the season in the Premier League. Sheffield United to finish 11th, it is a big drop on where they currently are in the table, dropping 4 places, but still, it wouldn't be the worst season to finish 11th the first time back in the Premier League. So we then move into the top half of the table. We've got Burnley in 10th. I think that they're not going to have the worst end to the season. I think it's just going to be what it has been all season. Inconsistent, but still, 10th is a decent finish. Then got Arsenal remaining in 9th place in the table, which is a little bit crazy, which means that one of the biggest movers into the top half of the table I've got down as Carlo Ancelotti's Everton. I think Everton are going to be quite strong next season. I think I've said this every year when they kind of don't get anywhere close to what the expectations of the club are, but I do believe they'll jump into the top half of the table and finish in 8th. This is where it gets very exciting. This is where the real race is right now in the Premier League. I've got Spurs in 7th place in the table with 56 points, 5 points adrift of 6th place Wolverhampton Wanderers. What a season it's been for Wolves. Again, Premier League status is now 100% confirmed for the next few years. They've got a great manager. They've got some brilliant players. Raul Jimenez is a striker. I'm very surprised you've not heard more links about Jimenez going to one of the bigger clubs in the Prem. Maybe an Arsenal if Aubameyang leaves. Maybe even a Chelsea. Who knows? But we don't need him now because we've got Timo. Great season for Wolves, and I've actually only got them down to lose a total of 7 games all season. So a very good season indeed. Just 7 defeats in 38. 5th place in the Premier League table. According to my prediction, gone through all of the results, and the team that I've got to miss out on the top 4 on goal difference is Manchester United. With 66 points, they miss out to the team in 4th place with the same number of points, but with a 10 positive better goal difference. Now, I know this is going to come across as ridiculous bias because I'm a Chelsea fan. This is predominantly a Chelsea channel. I just think we're going to come 3rd. I just have a funny feeling that Leicester are going to lose a few more games. Leicester have still got to play United as well. I think Chelsea are going to have a very good end to the season. I don't know if all of this is based off of the hype that has been building surrounding transfer rumours and the Werner signing. I just see Chelsea with a full strength side being the 3rd best team in this league. So according to my predictions, Chelsea finished 3rd, 2 points ahead of both Leicester and United with 68 points this season with a positive 23 goal difference. Expect that to rise next season as well. The issue for Chelsea really is that we're 17 points adrift of Manchester City. It's far too far. We need to bridge that gap. And I think with all the videos we've been making recently talking about the positive trajectory of Chelsea's future under Frank Lampard, next season, I do not expect the points tally at the end of the season to look anything like what you can see on the screen right now. So yeah, this has been my Premier League restart predictions. I didn't want to go into loads of detail about individual games because I do a prediction series where each week we predict the scorelines for that week in the Premier League. And of course, with anything in football, things change week by week. There'll be injuries. And when I've predicted these scores today, it's based off of everyone being fit, and it's based off of how I see the season going, where teams get less to play for. So say a team's already relegated playing against a team that's still got something to play for, the chances are the team with something to play for is going to give a lot more. So it is the Premier League. Anything can happen. I would love to hear what you guys think of what you can see on this screen right now in the comments down below. What are going to be the big shocks? If there's any of you that actually think that Chelsea won't get the top 4 and you're a Chelsea fan, let me know why in the comments down below. Don't want to entertain too much negativity regarding Chelsea, but I'm always open to new ideas and suggestions, so let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching this video today. Subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already, because it means you won't miss a video, and rumour has it there might well be double uploads on certain days. You're only going to know that if you subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.